So these are cordyceps mushrooms, and in 1993 these got the Chinese athletic team into quite a lot of bother. They're actually an ancient fungus that is believed to have properties that is a performance-enhancing drug. And over the course of next week, I'm going to eat as many of these bad boys as I possibly can to see if I can beat you in a race. Today we're in the Mall, an iconic place in British athletics. I'm going to see in a week's time if with the help of some performance enhancing mushrooms I can beat this nerd in a race.
It'll take more than a few mushrooms to beat me, my friend.
That was tough. I'm gonna need to get some mushrooms.
Cordyceps is a really interesting one.
Cordyceps. I love cordyceps.
So let's talk science. Cordyceps is a parasitic fungus, which means it basically grows on dead insect larvae. But cordyceps have been used in Chinese medicine for years, but modern research suggests that they actually help the way the body converts oxygen and the production of ATP. ATP basically being the currency that gives you energy in the cells. So the theory is these bad boys could actually increase your performance with something like endurance sport. In the early 90s, the Chinese female running team smashed the load of records and claimed it was all to do with their cordyceps. The world, however, wasn't buying it. Fast forward a bit, and surprise, some runners did get caught with banned substances, but they still claim the majority of the results were down to the mushroom. 3 to 6 grams of these mushrooms is what you need daily to enhance your performance.
Right, chef, today we're going to cook you some cordyceps, see if we can help you in your endeavour to run faster. Got the fish on the plancha, got a little bit of tender stem broccoli, beautiful in season today. Got a little chicken sauce. Chef, are you excited?
I'm actually looking forward to it.
So got a little bit of colour on our fish. Just going to touch the bottom. Fish is going to come off, we're just going to let that rest in a warm place. And we're just going to place our mushrooms like the broccoli onto the plancha, spread them out in a nice layer. We're going to try and keep it nice and natural. Very light cabbage cream here. We're going to take our mushrooms off, touch of pepper, a little bit of lemon juice on the fish, on the poisson. Then we've got our lovely chicken butter sauce here. Our mushrooms are just crisped up nicely. We're just going to place that on top of our fish. A few little bits of lemon, just going to add a nice acidity to our dish. These have been pickled in a little bit of vinegar and sugar. Rock samphire here, just garnished on top of our fish.
Bit of leek oil at the end there, chef?
Yeah. Here's your go faster fish.
Obviously, mushrooms have that connotation of being like squeaky almost, but they're super, super crispy, so they add a really nice texture to the dish. And then they've got a really nice flavour as well, like almost like when they're cooked like that, like a roasted sort of caramelised wild mushroom flavour. It's beautiful. Good work, chef. Hey, may the best man win, yeah? Ben, what's your background? How did you get into cordyceps farming?
I started Buggy Folks a couple of years ago now, and before that I was growing in my bedroom in Bristol. Mushrooms in my bedroom, mushrooms in the bathroom, mushrooms in the shed, like mushrooms everywhere.
I bet that looked quite suspicious, didn't it?
It did look suspicious. Yeah. So it's nice now. You know, the mushrooms have got their own space, I've got my own personal space.
Since everyone got a mushroom grow kit in lockdown, it seems to me like there's a lot more people now in the UK that are actually sort of making waves and trying to grow them commercially.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think at present we're the biggest cordy farm in the UK because it's still quite a specialist mushroom because it grows off insects. It's really different from growing all the other ones. There's not a foolproof tried and tested method as there is with the wood species.
You said that they would grow on like a parasitic insect. What's the substrate that you use here?
So we've got organic brown rice, and then we mix up this big sort of nutrient broth. I think it's got 7 or 8 different ingredients to try and emulate the nutrition present in an insect. Cordyceps was only grown in the West first in like 2016 or 2018. It's quite a new thing in the UK and in the West, really. And I think The Last of Us was quite a big thing in getting that word into the public consciousness. But it's still so new.
Do you think, in your professional opinion, it will give me the edge?
I would say I'm a bit biased, but yes. I've been doing this a little while, and we get people coming back to us and saying how it affects them. And I think everybody responds very differently to cordyceps and all the other mushrooms we grow. But I think there's some people that it very, very, very seriously affects. You know, it's one of the few mushrooms that you can really feel. Yeah, we've had some customers with chronic fatigue that it's really, really helped them and changed their life. And like, yeah, it's exciting.
What I'm doing at work, I've just got a little bowl of these and I'm just eating these dried ones. I think I'm still starting to feel the effects of it a little bit. Effects on my mood, basically minimal. You shitbag! In terms of my endurance, you know, I've been doing a little bit more running than I would normally do. I do feel a difference. I just can't tell if it's for real or not. I guess we'll have to wait to the big race. My day off today. I've been trying to cook with these cordyceps as normal because it gets a little bit dull just eating them dried. So I'm going to make a mushroom risotto. So instead of using like dried porcini, I'm just going to sub that out with these. In context, that's probably about 40 quid's worth of cordyceps. So these are some fresh ones as well. Onions in a little bit of olive oil and butter. Honestly, day 4, I've been eating the mushrooms like a fair amount, but I've done a little bit more exercise than I would normally. The thing that I've noticed is when I eat them, I get a little bit of a head rush. Undecided whether or not I feel any difference. The flavour is like, it's super rich and sweet, and it almost tastes a little bit, I guess, like a girole. So I was thinking that it would be beautiful in like a risotto, and I love making risottos, so put these bad boys in here now. Good amount of them. Onions and garlic are just completely translucent. I sweated them down with the lid on. Duck-salad mushroom goes in, and then we've got all of these mushrooms from our mushroom stock. Don't really know another colour like that. I'm gonna chop these up and put these through as well. It's almost like Singapore noodles, the texture of it. Honestly, they're such a cool ingredient. I'll whack in the rest of these cordyceps. Whoa, look at the colour of that. Right, so I'm just adding chicken stock. So that'll be my cooking liquid for my risotto. This mix comes out, and then we can start toasting off our rice. Once the rice is really nicely toasted, we just deglaze. Man, it almost gives it like a saffron colour, that beautiful orange. 80% of the way there. Whack the sofrito back in there. Finish it with a good hit of butter. All that parmesan, a few fresh herbs. Hi there, do you want to come taste dinner? You tell us what you honestly think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good girl. Basically, every single day, 12 grams a day to see if it makes a difference. I've done a little bit more exercise than I probably would have done, but that's to kind of see if it's making any sort of difference. And I feel absolutely great. I honestly think, I don't know if it's a placebo, but I honestly feel a little bit better for doing it. Definitely feel a little bit more active, energized. Don't know if it's a symptom of the copious amount of dried mushrooms, but I've got a little bit of constipation as well. So, you know, maybe you'd have to do a bit longer, but I'm feeling ready for race day. Day 7, I'm ready to absolutely destroy her. What time was that? Boom! A second quicker. I don't know if it's a mushroom. I think it had something to do with it. Maybe it's a mindset thing.
It's a scam.
I'm not saying I'm Usain Bolt. If you want to watch me destroy this guy a bit more, like and subscribe.
What the fuck is that? Please turn him into a super athlete or just a super hot mess. We're gonna find out.
Second. So this might look like Ron Weasley's hairy bush, but it's actually cordyceps.
Oh, again.
That's funny.